Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me out there? Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me out there? I'll wait for an answer. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Got to make sure y'all hear me out there. Thank you, my brother. Make sure as y'all come in, please hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you come in the room. Kaboom. Hit the like button. We are also live on the HOK Coliseum channel. We're getting that channel back up and running. And let me make this quick announcement. For those of y'all who need to make a couple of dollars, I got the HOK, right? I have the HOK channel, Coliseum, because I can't run all these channels by myself, but I have the HOK Coliseum channel, and you got to be loyal, you got to be committed, and I will let you rock that channel. And we split everything down the middle. So you doing your thing, and we'll split that, and you'll see everything that you get coming through that channel. And I'm talking about from the AdSense, not just from the Cash Apps. You can have every dime from the Cash App. I'm just looking to give somebody an opportunity to make some money, a job. So it's on you. You can make 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000. It's up to you how you rock it and how you bring the people in and your content. All right? But I will break down the rules to you. So that's up to y'all. Whoever want to do it, do it. You know, and let me put my email in there. Right? So I want to give people an opportunity to get this thing going and make some money. But can't be no BS, man. I ain't looking for nobody with some BS, with nonsense. I'm not here to play. I'm too old for that, to play games with anybody. So if you want to make a couple of dollars, but you gotta have style. You gotta let people want to come see you. You gotta know what you're doing. I'm not just picking anybody. So hit me up, email me, and I will interview you, and I will see what you got. Okay? So if you ain't doing nothing, or even if you're working and you want to come back in the evening and get it in, that's up to you. If you got style and pizzazz and can bring people in, you can rock that HOK channel. You'll see everything at the end of the month, how much you made, how much you got. All right? Now, I'm throwing that out there. I'll see if I get some emails calling in to see if they would like to do that. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button as y'all come in. I got a few channels, man, that got over 10,000 subscribers. You know? So I can't do it all by myself. And let me drop this channel in there. And this is the channel I'm talking about. It is monetized. So let me drop this in there so that you can go right over there and check it out. And subscribe and hit that like button. Subscribe and hit that like button. There's the channel that I'm talking about. I just threw it in there. Y'all can go over there because I'm live over there as well. Hit that like button. All right, hit the like button. Now, let me make this quick announcement so everybody will know what's going on. I've interviewed Shakka Ahmose 2 days ago. Y'all know that. And I'm going to let y'all know right now. I'm going to let the black women know right now. This might be a big pill for you to swallow. Shakka Ahmose is banging hard on the black woman. Not just any particular black woman. But if the shoe fit, wear it. If the shoe fit, some say take it off. Right? Now, I try my best to, you know me, I gotta simp a little bit. Y'all, that's what y'all call it. Y'all call it simping because I try to defend the sisters. But, oh man, Shakka made some strong points. Now, he ain't just talking about any black woman. I want to make that clear. He's talking about the Christian black woman, the religious black woman. All right? So if you're not in that bag, you ain't even got to worry about it. He ain't even talking to you. But I know it's going to sound like he's talking to every black woman. So I got to make it clear to y'all right now that he's talking directly to the sisters that's caught up into Christianity, Hebrew, all of that religious stuff. Okay? So I want to make that clear to y'all. So y'all won't be throwing stones at the brother. But man, listen, it's 3 cuts I did because I'm going to put them up 3 individually clipped. But right now I'm going to play all the clips so that y'all can see them. I'm going to start with clip number 1. He's talking about the church, all churches. Is that the one? No, he ain't talking about that, but you'll see. You'll see. And we're going to start it off, y'all, with this one. Shakka Ahmose is a goddamn beast. He's a beast.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When I don't know what to do, God, help me. When I'm in trouble, God, help me. When I'm weak, God, help me. When I'm down, God, help me. When I'm in confusion, God, help me. Hallelujah.
One thing about black people, they're the most ungrateful people on planet Earth. The most ungrateful people on planet Earth are black people. Don't let nobody lie to you. The most ignorant people, the most self-hating people are black people. And I love them more than any other thing in this world. But I truly have a love-hate relationship with them. Because it's a hurtful thing to see things for what they are and look at your people sign a deal with the devil and be proud of it. That's what these churches are. You made a deal with the devil.
How can you say that? You don't think that churches are good? Some churches are good to be in our community?
No.
Why not? They come out, they have free food giveaways, they support our people, they feed them.
They do that for drug addicts too over there at the methadone clinic.
Let's let this ambulance pass by. And you think about that.
I don't have to.
Not all.
I don't believe any church is a good church.
Okay.
They were never designed to be good. How can they be designed? How can a church be designed to be good and do good if it is founded upon evil? When you tell a lie with the intent to deceive, or when you tell someone, when you deceive someone intentionally, that is a lie.
So you don't believe you believe all pastors have the intent to lie to you about God or about Jesus. You don't believe that they believe that in their heart. Some of them. You don't believe that Martin Luther King really believed in God in his sermons that he taught?
Well, let's look at what Martin Luther King said.
Oh, you're going to talk about I'm fear that I'm bringing you into a burning house?
No.
Oh, what?
Martin Luther King said, and I showed it when we had that exchange with Damon Richardson on your channel.
Okay.
Martin Luther King said that Osiris and Isis had great influence on Christianity.
Yes.
Martin Luther King said that in modern times, Christians perpetuate the worship of Osiris by worshiping Jesus. Martin Luther King said that.
Okay.
Martin Luther King also said that the books in the Bible came out of the Egyptian text. So therefore, he didn't lie. He wasn't lying about anything. So Martin's a poor example because he told the truth. In fact, he wrote it down in black and white and put it on paper.
Okay.
So, but with respect to my other question, my original question was, if I give you $50 and I lie to you, I intentionally deceive you, does that make me a good person or a bad person? Let's use Christian language. Let's use Christian language. What do they say? They say the devil is a what?
A liar.
Say the devil is a liar, right? So if I lie to you, that means I have acted as an agent of Satan. I have intended to deceive you. I have acted as a satanic agent. So the mere fact that I gave you $50 doesn't make me any less satanic by virtue of their own logic. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay? So now you asked a better question, which I liked. The better question was, well, do you think these pastors intend to deceive? Because then the burden of proof is on me to prove that they know that what they are teaching is not true.
And some of them do know. A lot of them know. Lots of them. You know?
So then my contention is this. If lots of them know, let's round it off to the nearest 10. If lots of them know, then it's safe to presume that we could take that step, because it's not even a leap. We could then say that most of them know. Now, if we can say that most of them know, it's not a far leap and a far cry to say all of them know. The difference is which ones know but still choose to proceed for gains other than their previous beliefs led them to believe. Okay? So that's the question you have to ask, right? How many pastors know the truth but still choose to teach the lie? All right, so let me be very clear on that. All churches are bad because any place that miseducates you and they earn their money by miseducating you cannot be good. And it's not that it's less bad because you cannot directly see the causation with the naked eye of all of the ills that come from these institutions. It doesn't make it any less bad, right? It's like if you get cancer because your neighbor on the third floor was smoking cigarettes too much and it was seeping up through your walls and all those chemicals got in you. Just because you couldn't see it doesn't mean it was less bad. You still got the same diagnosis. You still got the same outcome. And so what I'm telling you is that the number one, and I will say this, the number one problem in the black community, above all other problems that you can name, is the church. It is the church. I'll prove it to you. When you look at any situation, any environment, or any ecosystem, if there is a systemic problem, the first thing that you have to do is, in order to solve the problem, is you have to look at what is at the center or the heart of the community. Well, what is at the center and the heart of all black communities throughout America? The church. The church is at the center and the heart of all black communities throughout America. So if all black communities throughout America exhibit the same dysfunctions, then it's only common sense to look at what's at the heart of it. And it's the church. It doesn't make sense to leave something evil in your midst, pretend it's not there, and then complain about all of the ills and the outcomes that come from it. That's a backwards hustle. That's somebody with a low IQ who can't problem solve. When you're problem solving, you have to look at, nothing is off the table. You have to look at everything. And it only makes sense to start from ground zero. So in the black community throughout America, that's the church. It's not the mosque. Right? Black people haven't been Muslims in great numbers in America. Now I want you to see numbers, because numbers don't lie.
Okay.
People lie. Numbers don't lie. No, you pull it up for me, please. Right? Just type in, what is the percentage of African Americans who are Christian? That's all I want to know. What is the percentage of African Americans who are Christian?
Well, I know it's going to be Christian.
Percentage of African Americans.
It's going to be Christians.
African Americans who are. What is the percentage of African Americans who are Christian? It has to be
What are
asked
the
like that.
percentage of African Americans who are Christians?
Should have did that earlier. How many?
72 to 73% of African American adults identify as Christian.
3/4 of African Americans are Christian. Now, if you have a mental, psychological, debilitating situation in your community, and the majority of the fucking people in the community are connected to that one thing, you're not a doctor if you can't look and see that this is the fucking problem with the community. It means you're mathematically illiterate. That's what it means. You can't count and you don't understand percentages.
What are the percentages of African Americans who are Muslim?
Watch this number.
Approximately 2% of African Americans are Muslim, while a relatively small percentage of the total.
The point I was making is that all churches are bad. All churches are bad because, okay, let me put it like this. All churches are bad for African Americans.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm with you on that now.
All right.
Yes.
All churches are bad for African Americans. Now, from my opinion, I'm gonna still go back to default to all churches are bad. All churches are bad because here's why all churches are bad. I could say that all churches are bad only for African Americans, but they're good for white people, Spanish people, and others. The problem with that is that because of the power differential, black people at some point will be subject to the fallacies stemming from those lies. Why? Because there's still a political power differential in the society which we all live in. So all churches are bad. There's no way around that. It doesn't matter if it's Pentecostal, Baptist, AME, Episcopal, Mormon. They're all bad. All churches are bad because all churches are founded on a lie. Period. Now here's the ironic thing is, I love churches. I love the way they look. I love the facades. I love church architecture. Sometimes I go on tours just to look at different churches, right? Now let me tell you what I do love about Christianity and what I do love about church. Even though I'm not contradicting myself and there's no conflict in what I'm saying. What I love about church, and even what I love about Jesus, what I love about Jesus is, I can imagine a Christian having diarrhea right now because I said what I love about Jesus. What I love about Jesus is that when you study him, when you study the story properly, it will lead you. See, I knocked the lid off. Me shocking him to knock the lid off of it, right? It will lead you to Kemet. It will lead you to Kemet. In fact, that was the whole point of contention between Jesus and the Jews in the story.
Now, when you say it leads you to Kemet, what do you mean? I thought it would lead you far away from Kemet.
No, it wouldn't.
Go ahead.
No. How could Jesus lead you far away from Kemet? Hail to the King. That's right. How could Jesus lead you far away from Kemet when his whole eschatological message was Kemetic? That doesn't make sense.
You said Jesus' message was Kemetic?
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. The whole message is Kemetic. The whole story is a Kemetic story. Yeah, it's a Kemetic story with a Hellenistic overlay over it. That's all. It just has a Hellenistic overlay. That's all. But it's a comedic story. Or to use layman's terms, it's an ancient Egyptian story. The story of Jesus is an ancient.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
All right, family. That's just part one because I broke it down in clips. All right, because he was talking about the Christian church. It's about to get deep. Strap on your bras, sisters. Strap on your all of that stuff, your girdles, because he's about to go in now. All right, this is part two, but I'm saving the best for last. That's going to be part three. Okay, so let's continue. And don't forget to hit the Cash App. We still working. We still got it. Check.
The poll has not started yet.
I'm going to give you a preview of a presentation that I'm getting ready to give. Okay? So, you know the singer Toni Braxton, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Toni Braxton, her sister Tamar, now I don't really follow these people. I know who Toni Braxton is because I've always been a fan of her music. And I always thought she was beautiful. I still think she's beautiful. Toni's the kind that would be beautiful. If she lived to be 100 years old, she'd still be gorgeous. And she's apparently smarter than her siblings. Her sister Tamar was doing a live, I think on TikTok or Instagram. And she had to end the phone call because she told, presumably it was her sister Toni Braxton on the other end of the phone, because you could only see Tamar. She was on the phone. Tamar said, well, look, I gotta go because I'm getting ready to go to Bible study. Toni Braxton purportedly said, you can hear the voice, I just don't know Toni Braxton's speaking voice, because it sounded like a very deep, low voice. Although Toni Braxton did refer to herself as Barry White once, so it could have been her. But Toni Braxton said, Bible study? Why are you going to Bible study? And Tamar said, why am I going to Bible study? Well, how else are we supposed to deal with all of these witches, demons, and warlocks out here? And then Toni said, yeah, but there are other books, right? And then she said, and then Tamar cut Toni off with, girl, I gotta go. And then I think first she said, Tamar said, other books? What other books? She said, girl, I gotta go. And then Toni said, that book, talking about the Bible, that book was written by a bunch of racist white men. And then Tamar said, look, I gotta go, and hung up.
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Because I'm saved. And I read the word. Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna battle all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone, girlfriend. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by racist white
girl,
men.
goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
That video went viral. And everybody and their mother is talking about that video right now. Everybody and their mama got a video on it. Okay. I'm getting ready to do a whole presentation on it. And the reason why I'm getting ready to do a whole presentation on it I love my neighborhood, bro. The reason I'm doing a presentation on it is because the amount of black people who came for her, for Toni Braxton, behind saying that, was disgusting. it was an embarrassing reflection of how uneducated and low IQ, I'm going to say it, how uneducated and low IQ the general black community of America is, which only makes sense if nearly 80%, but let's round it off, 80%, if 80% of black Americans are Christian, and there is a correlation between Christianity and low intelligence. Yo, type this in. Is there a correlation between Christianity and low intelligence?
Is there a correlation between Christianity and low intelligence?
This is a complex and sensitive topic, and it's important to approach it with careful consideration of the available research. A significant body of research, including numerous studies and meta-analyses, has found a small but consistent negative correlation between measures of intelligence, such as IQ scores, and religious belief or religiosity. This means that, on average, individuals who are less religious tend to have higher scores on intelligence tests. However, there are several crucial points to understand when interpreting this finding.
Now, stop it right there.
Correlation is not causation.
Stop it right there. Now, if individuals, I'm going to read back what you just studied. He went online and researched it. If individuals, on average, who are less religious, have a 20% higher IQ score, then what does that tell you about the low IQ black motherfuckers who came for Toni Braxton because she said something that was historically accurate? Black people in America are the poster children for mental illness by way of Christianity.
What about can you put the Israelites in that bunch?
They're worse.
With the Christians?
They're worse.
Oh.
They're worse. Because they all have the same thing in common. They're all historically illiterate. All of them. Every last one of them is historically illiterate.
I might do a show on that, man. I got to do a show on that,
on
man.
What?
On what you just said.
On the Toni Braxton thing?
No.
On what?
On the illiteracy of religious people.
Yeah,
like
they're all historically illiterate.
And the Israelites and all.
Well, the worst part is not even that they're historically illiterate. Most of them are just illiterate, period. They don't know how to read. Even when they pick up a book and read, they still pronounce it. Looking at words and pronouncing words, that's not reading, that's reciting. Just because you recite something doesn't mean you know how to read.
Right. Or understand it.
Or understand reading comprehensively.
Right.
Doesn't mean you have reading comprehension. Doesn't mean you understand pretext, text, and subtext. You understand? Because you have to have reading comprehension levels on all three levels. If you don't have reading comprehension on all three levels, you're not a good reader. You understand? You're not a good reader, and then on top of that, there are different types of reading, right? Perfect example of what I'm talking about. What does that tattoo on my wrist say?
Nicole?
It says Nicole. Right? Now, what do these symbols say?
Life? I don't know what that one is. And I don't know that one.
Okay. Now, a moment ago you could read.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you can't read.
Right.
Why? Because there are different types of reading.
I agree. I see what you're saying.
Okay?
Right.
All right?
Right.
Okay? This type of reading, this is semiotic reading. Ask any black person walking down the street, what is semiotic reading? They couldn't tell you. You know why?
What is semiotic reading?
Because black people on average are stupid. That's just the truth. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Or semiotic analysis is a method of interpreting a text by focusing on how it produces meaning through the use of signs and symbols. It goes beyond the literal meaning of words or images to uncover the deeper, often culturally specific, messages and ideologies at play.
So if you only know how to read literal words,
Semiotics.
if you only know how to read literal words, then that means you have like a first grade level of reading. If you to up that, you have to learn how to read signs and symbols in general. So it's one thing for you to read the New York Post or even the Bible, but it's another thing for you to read Egyptian hieroglyphics, because you have to understand something about the symbols and what they mean.
Why did you say Egyptian hieroglyphics?
Or the Kemetic, the Medu-Neter.
There you go.
Right, the Medu-Neter.
And I know you know that already.
Of course, yeah, the Medu-Neter.
Yeah.
Right? In order for you to read the Medu-Neter, you have to develop semiotic literacy. Mm-hmm. Okay? Black people,
they don't think this is important though.
Not in America. Black people in America are Frankensteins. They're Frankensteins. And in fact, the number one Frankenstein in Black America is the black woman. She is the number one Frankenstein.
Why you say that?
Because if you know the story of Frankenstein, what did he do? He created a monster, right? In his effort to create life, all he did was produce a disfigurement of life. That's what black women do. And that's why they get the kind of men that they get in these communities. Because most of the men in the black community were raised by their mothers. They're women internalized. Most black men in American culture are women internalized.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
And I'm not debating you, brother. Every time I ask you a tougher question,
you're always trying to debate.
You think I'm trying to debate you?
You are always trying to debate me.
Do you blame?
Because I know your mind. You're an Aries. You like to love that.
Listen. Yeah. Do you blame the single woman for that?
Do I blame the single woman for it?
Yes.
The single women have their share of blame.
Right.
They have their share of blame.
But why we never blame the man? Because it is the man who leaves her when he gets her pregnant.
That's not necessarily true. That's not true. That's
and he gets up out the house. Not all men, not all of them. I'm not going to say all. But a lot of times, the man gives up.
I'm going to stab you now.
I'm saying not all the time, but sometimes the man gives up.
You know what he hates about me?
Go ahead, brother.
In the field of marriage sciences, matrimonial sciences, black people gotta stop going to these churches, reading that bullshit Bible, and worshiping a Jesus no matter what color. You need to stop that bullshit now. Miseducating your children. You need to stop that bullshit.
See how the ice cream truck got you programmed? All right, family. This is it. This is the main event right now. This is the hour-long one right here. And sisters, I just want to reiterate that Shakka is only talking to the Christian mindset woman. He's only talking to the Christian and the Hebrew sisters out there. He's not talking about all the women, because I made it clear. So I know y'all going to think that I'm simping. Hey, if that's what y'all call it today, then I'm simping. I always got to be in the defense mode for the sisters sometime. But is he right? Let's get right into it. We ain't playing with it. Let's get right into it.
Matrimonial sciences, there is a matrimonial formula. This is a better way to say it. There's a matrimonial formula that says, and when I say this one statement alone is going to tell you who is the better human being. Okay? From a societal perspective. Not overall.
Let that go by. Let that go by. All right, we on. We on.
Hey, yo, and don't get it twisted. The most beautiful thing in this solar system is a black woman. Period. So don't even get it twisted. Don't confuse one thing that I'm saying with something else. There's a matrimonial formula. And when I say this formula, you have to think about what I said. I want you to make a quick assessment. I want you to make a quick assessment of who is the better human being. Okay? The matrimonial formula says, first I'm gonna ask you first, and then I'm gonna ask you. And I'm gonna ask you first because he's gonna try to think it. He doesn't understand how these thought experiments work.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, I'm gonna ask you first. There is a matrimonial formula that says man will sacrifice his happiness for marriage. Female will sacrifice her marriage for happiness. Who is the better human being from a societal perspective? Based on that formula. Who's the better human being? The man is the better person. Why? Because
he sacrificed his happiness.
He sacrificed his happiness.
He put her before his own.
He put her first. He put them first.
Okay.
He put them. It was a very simple question. It's an extremely simple question. The man will sacrifice his happiness for the marriage. The woman will sacrifice her marriage for her happiness. Hypergamy is real, bruh. Hypergamy is, women will tell you this. The thing that women hate most about men is that men don't know women. And so because of that, women are forced to live a facade. They're forced to live falsely.
Manipulation.
Yeah, they have, right, yes. Okay? I mean, women have their own shit that they have to overcome and deal with. I've done whole presentations on that. But now, go back to your phone, because I want you to ask your phone another question. Watch this. And this is why I say that black women are the Frankenstein of the black community.
Oh, damn. Go ahead. What is it? What's the question?
You have to ask it just like this. First, I'm going to say the whole thing, then I'm going to say it again slowly. If close to 80% of African Americans are Christian, what is the male to female ratio between African Americans and Christianity? Which outnumbers which? Are there more black Christian female African Americans, or are there more black male Christian African Americans?
Yeah, hold it to the mic.
Research consistently shows that there are more black Christian women than black Christian men. This is a pattern that holds true across many Christian denominations, but the gender gap is particularly wide within historically black Protestant churches.
Back to the church.
Hold on, did you hear what it said?
Yeah.
What did it say? It said statistics show that black women, showed African American females outnumber. It said African American female Christians outnumber black male Christians, and then it also said, look how it followed it up. It said, this is true across most Christian communities. But then it said, but it is particularly wide within the African American community, which means that the disparateness between the percentages in the African American community is so huge that African American male Christians are so outnumbered by African American female Christians that it's insane. What does that mean? It means you have a female religiously dominated community. And it's a problem if it is a colonial religion, which means that black women are the white colonialists in the black community by virtue of their reliance on the Bible and Christianity. They are the principal agent of our destruction. It's not white people. It's black women.
Damn.
It's black women. Black women are the principal agent of our destruction in the black community by virtue of the church. And they tell you that they're Christians. Never, why would you believe, first of all, if you come out of an institution that's based on a lie, the first thing that I as a thinking person have to conclude is that means that you have been trained, taught, and groomed to lie without you even knowing it. So you've been taught to lie without knowing that you're lying. Not only are you dangerous to me, hold on. Not only are you dangerous to me, but you're dangerous to yourself. And you're twice the danger to your children. Why? Because you're going to inculcate that in them. You're going to indoctrinate that in them. By what? Taking them to church, introducing them to the Bible, introducing them to Jesus. Right?
When they truly know that there has never been a
No,
Jesus.
it's not that they don't know. The thing is this. The majority of African Americans are systemically undereducated. This is just a fact. That's a fact of life. Okay? Black women love to brag about. Let me show you a strange dichotomy. Black women love to brag about being the fastest rising educated group in America, yet you overwhelmingly disproportionately fill the houses of ignorance throughout the country, which are the churches. You're a white man's wet dream, so you should be dating white men. You should be dating white men. Absolutely. You should be dating white men. Because black woman is the white man's principal agent. I mean, I did a whole breakdown on intersectionality and what it's really all about quite a few years ago, but the reality of it is the black woman sees the white male as her true counterpart from a power perspective.
Power and money.
Yeah, because it's just, if you understand hypergamy, you would understand why she sees that. She can't. It's only natural for her to see that. So I don't hold it against her. And the ultimate expression of that is Candace Owens. Candace Owens is the ultimate expression of that. She sees the white male as her natural counterpart because she sees herself as a powerful being. And a powerful being must be betrothed to another powerful being. See, that's only expressed in the black community when it comes to money. So hypergamous black women will look at a man who's her superior financially. A black woman in America don't give a damn if you're her superior intellectually. She don't give a damn about that. She don't give a damn about that. Because she understands that intellect doesn't necessarily equate to wealth. It doesn't. Then what did we agree on earlier? Some of the dumbest, stupidest, ignorant people in the world are billionaires. It's a fact. They're hugely wealthy and they're dumb as... So, back to what I was saying, now that you've seen the data and the stats, the African American community is 80% Christian, right?
I didn't know that.
You saw the psychological studies that said there's a 20% IQ difference between non-religious people versus religious people. So that means 20% of the African American community is left to a high IQ status, while 80% is more or less below 85, minus or south of 85 point, an 85 IQ point, with a 15% deviation, which is really scary, because what's 15 below 85? 70. 70. Right? Which means that you got to deal out here with motherfuckers that have an IQ of fucking 70. The average black person you see walking down the street got an IQ of about 70. 65. That's the truth. And then you're going to think you're going to understand someone like me? I know what my IQ is.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. I know you wouldn't believe it, but I'm not telling you.
Why would you think
Trust
I would
me, you wouldn't
believe
believe it. Because I couldn't believe it. When I saw yeah, I know what my IQ is, and it makes perfect sense to me why most people don't understand me. It'd be impossible for you to understand me. It would literally be impossible for you to understand me. All you can do is judge me from your limited scope of narrow understanding about life and facts and truth, of which you have very little of. Mostly what you have is black people confuse dogma with truth, right? They don't know the difference between dogma and truth, right? What they have is dogma, and they have fidelity to their dogma. So when black people talk about faith, they're talking about fidelity to their dogma, right? When they talk about Christianity, they're talking about, what they're really talking about is, you know how they accuse people of idolatry? Well, what they practice is actually a form of idolatry. It's called Bibleolatry. Excuse me, Bibleolatry is worship of the Bible. So basically, they're in a book cult. They're in a book worshiping cult. They worship their book.
Let's go in front of your building.
All right, so take that. I appreciate you. All right, so there seems to be, so out of this African American community, where 72% of them are Christians, right? It's close to 80%, okay? Okay, it says 70%. If you want to say 70, right? If 70%, almost 3/4 of African American, that leaves a quarter of us that ain't. Consider that. A quarter of African Americans are not Christians. All other African Americans are Christian, right? Out of that all other, the majority of those Christians are black women. This is the underlying thematic problem in the black community. It is not Donald Trump. It is not the Christian right or white. It is not, it's not rap music. It's none of that. All right? Say this for me. Right? They don't know the difference between dogma and truth. Right? What they have is dogma, and they have fidelity to their dogma. So when black people talk about faith,
My bad, family. I was trying to pause it, and I ended up pulling it back. But to my sister Belle, he's not talking about the all sisters. He's speaking on women who have a religious mindset, women who are in the church, Hebrew Israelite women. That's who he's talking about. But I mean, if you're a Christian, I mean, so be it. Then he is talking about you. So he's talking about the women who are under the spell of religion. That's who he's talking about. Remember, I cleared that up earlier. So, you know, Malcolm said, and I'm not talking to you, sister, with all due respect, you could take a rock and throw it in a crowd of puppies. I ain't gonna say dogs, because I'm not calling you a dog at all. I'm just quoting what Malcolm said. Yeah, you could take a rock and throw it in a crowd of dogs, and the only one that bark is the one that got hit by the rock. So understand, I am not talking about you, Queen Belle. Understand that now, all right? I just wanted to throw that out there. He's talking about the religious women. That's it.
right? When they talk about Christianity, they're talking about, what they're really talking about is, you know how they accuse people of are black women. This is the underlying thematic problem in the black community. It is not Donald Trump. It is not the Christian right or white. It is not, it's not rap music. It's none of that. All right? I'll tell you what it is. What it is the main problem in the black community is pastor worship. These black women worship these pastors. They're not going. They worship these male pastors. They worship these black male pastors that they produced, that they socialized. Think about it. Who do you think raised these black male pastors? Ask Tyler Perry. Medea raised all of them. All of them. So you get to go to church every Sunday and see the stellar archetype that you created. It's like when you're little and your mother's fixing your tie and she's greasing your face and putting lotion on. She's giving you her little Barack Obama. She's giving you her little, this is her sunum bonum of your, what do they call it? Your Sunday best, right? So they're always going to equate that best with Sunday with you. You're at your best on Sunday in church, in their minds.
You got the video of that part.
Okay? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
So this is really what it is. They worship the pastors. Now, if the pastor community knows that they are worshipped by the black female congregation, who do you think they're going to come and let upset that? Not only that, if the majority of these Christians sitting in the churches are black women, where do you think these pastors are getting these money from for these Lear jets and
from the women?
From the women.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pimpiest pimp game that's ever been pimped. Period. Period. There's a deeper game involved, which I don't want to go too much deep into because y'all really don't understand what this is about. And there's not going to be one average-brained, low-IQ black woman. Oh, you know what I actually call them? I have a term for them. It's just the 4 Bs. I actually use it. I call them Black Bible Belt brain believers. That's what I call them. Black Bible Belt brain believers. Okay? That's what I call them. Black Bible Belt brain believers. In fact, when you look at the women who came for Toni Braxton for saying what she said about the Bible being written by racist white men.
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Cause I'm saved. And I read the word. Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna battle all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone, girlfriend. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by racist white
Girl, goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
If you look on their Facebook pages, 2 things they always have. And this is what I love about I love patterns. 2 things they always have. One, they're from the Bible Belt, somewhere. North Carolina, Atlanta, Texas, Georgia. They're all from the Bible Belt. Number 2, they all got some college they went to up there. This university, that university. And I say, how can this many people go to college and all be that stupid? You know why?
Why?
Because everything you learned in college through the week got undone on Sunday when you went into that building. Stupid motherfuckers. That's why. I say what I'm saying unapologetically. No apologies, ever. In this lifetime on this planet. You don't apologize for saying the truth. Some people say, well, you could apologize for how you said it. No. Ignorance does not care. You will learn that. I could say it as nasty as I wanted to say it. That would not offend the women. What would offend the woman was that I told the truth.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what would offend them, that I spoke truthfully. Oh, and this is the other thing that I'm going to be addressing in this presentation. You're getting a preview. I really shouldn't give it to you because
yes, you should.
My subject matter will end up on his channel with somebody else speaking to it, and I hate that because they don't do it the service that all they're going to do is put more bad. They're going to put more bad information. Like one thing about like these scholars that are his audience.
Stay focused, brother. So you don't forget what you say, man.
Dude, the worst thing in the world is having somebody less less studied than yourself trying to re-explain what you said. You know how many people come to my channel and say, hey, Shakka, remember when you said da-da-da-da? And I'm like, I may have said something, but whatever you heard at your level of hearing, because I didn't say what you just said. So how you gonna come along and try to explain what I said to somebody else when you yourself don't even understand what I said? Because if you understood what I said, you would have said it before I said it, because you would have known it. This is the problem. The problem in the black community, really, the black community has a number of problems, but one of the main problems amongst the black men, now let's talk about the men. And this is where the black pastors are directly guilty. The black male pastors. The black men are guilty in that they all have a Messiah complex. Everybody wants to be the one. I'm the one. I'm the one you need to listen to. I'm the one you need to go to.
Dr. Umar is the number one who thinks like that.
I'm not saying that there is no one. The problem is that all the other ones who think they're the one, they're not the one. They're not the one. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. My IQ level puts me, from what I've seen from the data, it puts me in what's called the 99.9% percentile. Okay? What does that mean? The average person is not going to be in the 99% percentile. They're going to be in the 50% percentile, 40% percentile, right? Maybe 60, or maybe 70, I don't know. But they're not going to be in the 99%. When you're in the 99th percentile group, what that means is, let's just round it off to the nearest point, 1,000. My IQ level, which puts me in the 99.9% percentile, means that you would have to meet 1,000 other people before you met someone else like me. You would have to go through 1,000 other people before you encountered someone with my level of IQ. Okay? That's not the average person. The average person, at the end of 50%, you got to go through what? 500%, right? Excuse me, 500 people, right? Whatever it is, right? I guess my IQ ain't that high because I can't crunch the numbers, right? So I'm just going by what I read. Although I can tell you that my IQ assessment was not arrived at through number calculation. It was arrived at through open discourse and dialogue with a large language model, AI entity, what you want to call it, platform, right? So I used ChatGPT to assess my IQ. But here's the thing. Most people, the problem with most people, right, is that they don't understand how ChatGPT functions and how it works, right? And so therefore, they think everything they read on ChatGPT is true, and that's dangerous, right? It's not.
Everything is edited.
Okay? It's not that it's edited. You have to understand how ChatGPT works. Not only how it works, you have to understand what it was designed for, who designed it, and what their intention was. Because if you don't know that, you won't understand what ChatGPT is doing when it's communicating with you. Okay? The very first thing that ChatGPT is designed for, he's not paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
So what are you looking at?
You.
The very first thing that ChatGPT is designed for is, damn.
Stay focused, man. Stay focused.
I am.
Stay
the very first
focused.
thing that ChatGPT is designed for.
Hey, Everybody in the chat, Daryl Jackson. Let Daryl Jackson live. I didn't hear him. I didn't see him say anything disrespectful. But Daryl, you will get your joint. You will be put on timeout if you're being disrespectful. So my mom's only going to do that if you're being rude or disrespectful. Say what you want to say. Just keep it respectful. You can disagree. Who cares? Just be respectful in your disagreement.
Is to market to you. It is a business. It is designed to market to you. The number one thing that it is designed to market to you is your own thinking. Okay? Which means that particularly your cognitive style.
It's trying to replicate you.
Yes. And it's not just trying to replicate you, but it's trying to appeal to what you can process or what you have a predilection for processing. So if you have a predisposition and a way that you process stuff, if it's at this level, ChatGPT is going to respond to you at that level. It's no different than if your child says, "Mommy, where did these toys come from?" Right? Your child ain't never been to Macy's, don't know what Macy's is. Your child ain't never been to Sears, doesn't know what Sears is, never been to Toys R Us either. Right? Don't know about any of that stuff. So where you going to tell the child on Christmas, where you going to tell the child the toys came from? From where? Or at Christmas time, where are you going to tell the child that the toys came from?
From you.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
Well,
that's what ChatGPT does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The reason that the parent tells the child that the toys came from Santa Claus is because that's what the child can process. The child cannot process credit cards. The child cannot process layaway. The child cannot process returns. The child doesn't process all of that, or being in the black, or being in the red. These are economic terms that are related to buying toys. Right?
All right, real quick. Daryl Jackson, that's why you get your comments deleted. And you might be put in timeout for 24 hours. You can't talk about the ones who do the work for me, who volunteer to do the work for me. So I'll delete that myself and put your ass in timeout for a whole day. I'll see you tomorrow, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not going to let you do that. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Interest rates, fucking, credit reports. The child can't relate to that. So you say Santa Claus. That's what ChatGPT does. So in order for you to get the most out of ChatGPT, it's like I teach my students. A poor question deserves what kind of answer?
A poor answer.
A poor answer. A good question deserves what?
A good answer.
A great question deserves what?
A great answer.
A divine question deserves what?
A divine answer.
That's how ChatGPT works. Which means if your IQ is here and you're interacting with ChatGPT, guess what kind of answers you're going to get? So if you go into ChatGPT and you say, was the Bible written by a white man? ChatGPT will probably say whatever the most prevailing thought is in whatever database it has access to as it goes across the internet. So as it goes across the internet and it aggregates the data through it uses a token system, by the way, right? As it's going through this large database, right? The cloud, whatever, right? It's aggregating. So instead of looking for what's accurate, it may instead look for what is a consensus. Okay? Now, if there is a consensus that the moon is made of cheese, does that make the moon made of cheese?
No.
What does that mean? That means that consensus is not synonymous with accurate. But a low IQ motherfucker would think, oh, well, 20 people said it, so it got to be true.
Right.
That's a black woman.
Oh, man.
That's a black woman. That is a black woman.
You know, the sisters, we live right now too.
I hope so. That is a black woman.
Women gonna really be upset with you about
I hope
this.
they're upset. Somebody needs to make them upset.
Somebody need to make them wake up.
Yes, well, being upset will usually wake you up.
Go ahead.
Right? When somebody says, I can't sleep, they say, why? Because I'm upset. Well, good. If you want to keep somebody up, wake them up, make them upset. Okay? Yeah. Like I said, to me, there's nothing more beautiful in this solar system than a black woman. I'm not blind. I'm not fucking stupid.
But the truth is the truth.
The truth don't stop the truth from being the truth. She's stupid as the day is long. And she is a victim of her physiology, which is something else she doesn't know about.
Now, let me get this right, because we live right now.
Okay.
When you say she's just as stupid, of course you're not saying all. Because there's some of them that's not in the church, that don't believe in the church.
Everything that I'm talking about is talking about one demographic.
Okay.
The demographic we've been talking about, black Christian females, black Bible-believing females. I'm not talking about any other demographic.
Okay, I got you. But see, we knew we just started this.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying to do that.
Okay, I'm talking about black Christian female women.
Right.
Right. Okay? Yeah, I'm talking about that demographic, no other demographic. But if that is, what?
That's an 80% though.
Yeah! If that's fucking, it's out of the 80%, so people don't understand what that lock meant that I wore on my head. They really don't understand.
So get back. I ain't mean to take you away from
That's
that.
okay.
So talking about that black woman.
That's the last time I saw you had that in there.
So yeah. So what I'm saying is that, so if you take that percentage, if 80% of African America is Christian, and the majority of those Christians with somewhere a 10-point difference, a 10% differentiation, if the majority of those Christians within that group are females, black females, right? So then you have to, what's 60% of what is, somebody do the math. My high IQ is not going to do it. What is, say, 60% of 72%? What is 60% of 72%?
Times that?
What is 60%? Excuse me. Yeah, what is 60% of 72%? Well, whatever that answer is, that is the amount of influence that is permeating through the black community, keeping it stuck intergenerationally.
43.
Okay. How much?
43.
43%? Okay. Right? So that's a pretty high number. Right? So that's a pretty high number. That's no small number. So let's just say that the larger pie within that 71% of African American Christians, right? Well, so 71% of African Americans are Christian. Out of that, now you have to take that 71% and make it, that now becomes the 100% pie, right? Out of that 100% pie, what is the percentage in that black Christian pie that are females, right? The majority of them are, right. So it's a large percentage, okay? So that percentage is very dangerous because what it does is it imputes its lack of education to its children. And and you will be shocked at how much rests on that imputation. A lot.
Yeah. I dated a couple.
A lot rests on that. All you got to do is look at how defensive they get when you expose the fallacies in their beliefs. And in fact, many of them get scared. They start threatening you with hellfire, or I tell them all the time, they're in a fear-based cult. You're in a fear-based cult. First of all, as a black woman, how are you an expert on God when you can't even tell me the anatomy of your fucking brain? Whoa, you gotta be a stupid motherfucker. Damn. And to me, I consider black women to be a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. That's just the truth. Don't mean I don't love them, but somebody got to love them enough to tell the truth. They're a bunch of stupid motherfuckers.
But hold on, though.
I'm talking about these.
No, I know what you're talking
demographic.
about, but I gotta chime in right quick. And I'm not challenging you. Oh, don't think every time.
You are. That's what you do. You play devil's advocate, and I ain't mad at that.
I'm not.
Okay.
Now, Shakka.
Yes.
What about the men who are turning these women on? Because I said this on my live before. Whenever you see a black Hebrew Israelite woman, you best believe it was a black Hebrew Israelite man who she's following. These men who are Israelites, they are turning these women Israelites.
Stop for a second. I'm going to show you how the black woman is at the source of that, too.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Most of these black Hebrew Israelites, what were they before they became Hebrew Israelites?
Christians.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go. It's always going to come back to
That's right.
Medea.
There you go.
Black
You right.
This is the new term. Black people in America suffer from Medea syndrome.
Woo.
Medea syndrome. There's nothing else. It's not record labels that are run by Jews. It's not. There's so many other things that people want to point the finger at because they have to. It has to not be the church. It has to not be the Bible. In other words, it has to be everything but what's actually causing the sickness. That's sick. It's no different than if you talk to a drug addict and you try to point out to them their drug habit, right? What are they going to tell you? Oh, no, it's not the weed. The weed ain't making my teeth fall out. The weed ain't making my lips. No, it's not the cigarettes. The cigarettes is not what's making my breath stink. It's this. It's not, no. Oh, no, it's not. It's always the same shit. So, this is not, it's a casual conversation. So just put a pin in that. Doesn't mean what you're saying is not important. So, I said that to say, I said all of that to say that the problem of Christianity in the black community is systemic, and it is, there's a word that I'm looking for. Oh, here you go. It's carcinogenic. It's cancerous. It eats away. What does it eat away at? It eats away at your understanding of how the world actually works and how it came to be the way it came to be. Right? Black women who have the least knowledge of actual history want to be the most experts on God. Make that make sense. When you learned about God from a culture that was predominantly patriarchal. Make that make sense. How the fuck are you the expert? This didn't come out of a matriarchal society. If we were dealing with a matriarchal religion coming out of a matriarchal society, then okay. And look, and when the Catholics tried to make it matriarchal by introducing the Theotokos, Mary, Mother of God, into the ecclesiastic formula, the Protestants said, hell no, in Germany. You come into Germany with some matriarchal shit? Are you kidding? What do they call Germany? The fatherland. They don't call Germany the motherland.
Wow.
They call it the fatherland, you dumb mother.
Try not to be insulted.
No, I'm going to be insulted. They need to be insulted because they insult us with their ignorance every fucking day. It permeates our lives from the cradle to the grave. I'm going to insult the fuck out of them. Yes.
But they are the ones that gave me them donations to put in your pocket, brother.
I don't give a fuck. Keep your money. I don't care. I keep telling you, truth and economics are not the same thing.
That you did say that earlier.
I keep telling you that.
You did say that.
I keep telling you that. Okay? Truth and economics are not the same thing. I'm not going to talk nice to you because I want you to purchase something from me. I want you to purchase something from me because I told you the truth. So if your value system values truth, then spend your money with me. If your value system doesn't value truth, keep your money. I'm not going to be any good to you anyway. I'm of no use to you. Go find the Prince of Pan-Africanism or whoever the fuck else you fuck with.
Pan-Africanism.
You know?
Come on, man.
Or whoever the else it is
What
that you
are
fuck
your
with.
thoughts on Dr. Umar Johnson? Keep it real, man. Keep it 100.
Look, I've been around the conscious community for a long time, longer than most. We've seen who all the scammers are. We know who all the scammers have been.
Right.
I don't think that it's the onus is on us to say, hey, this person's a scammer. Why? Because we live in a market society. We live in a market society. In fact, let me bring that back to the church because I don't want to go off into an unimportant subject. Let me explain to you what the church is, what the congregation is. And I'm giving you stuff that I'm supposed to be saving from my channel and my platform and my students. But I'm going to share it with you and your platform and your constituents. When you look into these churches, when you go to New Birth or all these other black mega churches throughout the South, all right, you have been taught to call that a what? What are those people sitting in the pews called?
Congregation.
Called a congregation.
Okay.
Okay, the thing you have to understand about black people, pay attention, don't let me forget congregation. The thing that you have to understand about black people is that black people have been socialized in a society where we have been taught to be Pavlov's dog. Okay? If you don't know what Pavlov's dog is, the short version of it is that we have been taught truth by association. Okay? If I train my dog to reach for the doorknob every time it wants to go outside by associating it with something that it wants more than anything else, eventually it's going to put the two together. This is the way the brain works.
Right.
Okay? That's what white people have done to black people in America from slavery times. And so that slavery mentality has become genetically encoded in us. This is where somebody should write a book, probably me, called The Stupefaction of Black America. In other words, black people were made stupid. We were made low IQ. We weren't born low IQ. We were made that way.
Right.
And then, yes, genetically, we passed it on. Why? Because areas of our brain that we were supposed to be using, you know the law of nature, you don't use it, you lose it. And that's what you pass on to your children. Ineffective brains. And white people know this. They're not stupid, they did it on purpose. The problem is that it doesn't get all of us. The danger is that when the ones who haven't been got try to come to the ones who have been gotten and tell them, hey, look, this is what's going on, you're basically talking to the infected. That's how you have to look at it. The best way to describe Black America, you have to look at those zombie films, The Walking Dead, Night of the Living Dead. These black women who occupy these churches, they are the zombies. They are the zombies. They are the walking living dead, which they should love because it's all about resurrection, right? Yeah. See what I'm saying? Right? They couldn't even make that association. It's all about resurrection, so why would you be offended by me calling you the living dead? Because the living dead actually comes out of resurrection terminology. But they don't know anything about resurrection terminology because they don't know anything about eschatology. So let me tell you what the congregation actually is. You have been taught they have been taught, dumbass black woman, Christian black woman, I always got to put the Christian qualifier in front of that. They have been taught to associate the word congregation with pastor. So it describes the relationship. But they've never been taught to collectively identify themselves to all of these congregations. They've never been taught collectively to identify themselves as a market. That is what they are. They are a market. You have been taught to identify as a congregation. You've never been taught to see yourself as a market. Once you understand that you are a market, you will understand how the pastor looks at you and how the relationship is contoured to exploit the market. Why is it a market? And what is it a market for? Now I'm giving you stuff that I only give in my private classes, right? What is the Christian congregation a market for? Answer the question. We're in class.
Economics.
What is it a market for? I'll tell you what it's a market for.
Economy.
It's a market for the publishing industry.
Publisher.
Yes. I told you, they are Bible worshipers. They practice Bibleatry. As consumers, they practice Bibleatry. That's why they always say, oh, the word. You get into an argument with a Christian, where's the first place they run? The Bible. Because they can't argue from here. They have to argue from the book. And so the book had the ultimate authority in their lives.
Yes.
So if the book had the ultimate authority in your life, then you're in a book cult. You worship the book. You understand? This is what's actually going on. You've been taught everybody else is the pagan while you're practicing Bibleatry, the worship of a book. Right? Now the rhetoric and the doctrination has taught them what's called self-appeasing language. Right? What is a self-appeasing language? How do you mitigate the fact that you're worshiping a book? You go into the narrative that explains it away, that rationalizes it away. It rationalizes that cognitive dissonance away. What is the cognitive dissonance? It tells you this is the word of God. So you're not worshiping the book. You're worshiping what's in the book. Well, what's in the book? What is in every book?
Words.
Pages. Pages. What's on the pages? Words. This is what a book is. Right? So you're worshiping a book. Period. Period in discussion. The other problem with this market, well, the market is you have to understand the construct of the market. The construct of the market is, and this is something that these black Bible Belt brain believers, that's what they are. Don't forget that. Black Bible Belt brain believers. I'm going to make a t-shirt. Black Bible Belt brain believers. Okay? You have to understand the way the market is constructed. Right? So you worship the book, right? Who's benefiting from this worship of the book? Whoever's selling the book. The Bible is $1 billion publishing industry.
Now it's on the phones.
It's $1 billion. Why do you think you got so many versions? It's all a publishing industry. And religion is an industry. It's always been an industry from day one, literally. And the first law of all industries are hide your industry secrets. So how are you going to be the market thinking that you understand the industry secrets? Are you stupid? You're the market in the car buying market. Does that mean you understand the industry secrets at Toyota or Tesla or any other place? No, of course not. You idiots. Do you understand the industry secrets at Apple just because you own a computer and you're the one that's marketed to? No. So what makes you think you understand the industry secrets of the publishing world as it relates to Bible proliferation? You don't know anything about that. You're just a fucking dumbass sitting in a church. That's what you are. And you compensate for having no knowledge by repeating the stupid shit you read in that book that you don't know anything about. I'm not saying that there's no good in the book. Yeah, there's some good in the book.
What's good in the book?
There's a lot of good in the Bible.
What's good in the book?
All the shit they stole from other books.
Yeah.
All the shit they stole from other books. That's what the Bible is. It's a remix. That's all it is. But you have to look at the industry secrets. Those industry secrets matter. Why do the industry secrets matter? The industry secrets matter because they dictate what you don't see, what you don't know, and most importantly, the why. If I'm selling computers, I have to convince you that there's a why that you need to come to. You need to be walking around with that why in your head so you go spend money on a computer. That doesn't mean that your why is my why. My why for selling you the computer cannot be your why for buying the computer. Stupid. That's not how it works. That's the way the church is constructed. The church industry is constructed that way. It's a power differential. It's a consumer versus producer. Right? What does the pastor produce? There are pastors who are scholars who have produced scriptures, but it's not the pastor in them that produced the scripture. It was the scholar in them that produced the scripture. Don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the two.
All right, now that you told us the
He ain't here.
problem,
Where I said.
now
Trust
that
me.
you told us the problem and the condition and the mind state of the black woman, what are some
Man,
of the problems?
you got to see the way these black women came for Tony Braxton. It's fucking mind blowing because they've all done video responses. When I do my video response, I am going to literally give them all a life-changing experience because. You know, I've been very focused on because I'm producing the series. That's where all of my focus is.
But stay focused with I'm asking you. Now that you have broke down the mind state of the black woman, the Christian
black woman.
What is the problem you have with the Christian black man?
The problem I have with the Christian black man is he doesn't realize what he's a product of. He's a product of the Christian black woman.
Hold up.
Yeah.
He's the product
of the Christian black woman.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. If most about what is the percentage of black men raised by black women?
I got you.
Somebody go to your phone. What is the percentage of African American men raised in single parent households? And then what is the percentage of those single parent households that are females? Can we do some work here? If I had white folks here, they'd have been the shit already. Black people got a delayed reaction that's built in from, I don't know where it's from. What is the percentage of African American males raised in single parent households?
Approximately 67% of black children in the U.S. live in single-parent households, the highest rate among any racial or ethnic group.
Okay,
The highest rate
hold
of
on. The point I'm making is that first it said, 67% of black children are raised in single-parent households, right?
Right.
All right. So that's all right. You can chill, right? So if 67% of black children, I'm basically rounded up to 70%, right? So now look at these numbers. You have over 70% of African Americans are Christian. Over 70% of African Americans are raised in single parent households. Are you looking at this cocktail? You're talking big numbers here. That means the majority of us are raised as Christians. The majority of us are raised in single parent households. The majority of those single parent households are led by black Christian female women. This is the problem, period. You don't have to look for any other problem in the black community. There is no other problem. You can't talk to black men about that. Why? Because black men are not responsible for hypergamy. It is hypergamy that instructs and informs the matrimonial formula. What's the matrimonial formula? Men will sacrifice happiness for marriage, where women will sacrifice marriage for happiness. So when you take all of that and put that together, she is the fucking Frankenstein in our community. There's no way around it. The data says it, not Shakka Ahmose. Now, if she wants to see a different community, she's going to have to be prepared to make some changes that she's not prepared to make. Why? Because she doesn't understand her evolutionary mismatch perspective. If she understood her evolutionary mismatch perspective, which deals with neuropsychology or evolutionary psychology, when you deal with evolutionary psychology, it shows you the inner workings of the female mind. There are certain things that work in them that are beyond their grasp to control. All they know how to do is, it's like the operating software, right? Just because you have operating software in your community, in your computer, doesn't mean you understand it. Doesn't mean you know how it works. Doesn't mean you know what's going on. A perfect example, best computer you ever had was your brain, right? If I ask any one of you, where is your infundibular stalk located? Tell me where it is. Raise your hand.
In your brain.
No, where in your brain? Where's your infundibular stalk located? The point I'm making to you is that this whole thing that we live in, this whole ecosystem that we live in, it was never designed to educate you. Think about it.
Yes.
How do you go to school and the number one instrument that you're using to learn, you're taught nothing about? That is game. That is pimpology 101.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's true.
That is pimpology 101. That is Wizard of Oz par excellence. Don't look behind the curtain. They teach you not to even look behind the curtain in your own fucking skull. What? This bitch thinks she's an expert on God. This is the insanity we live in.
Try not to
No.
use the B word, brother.
Okay, all right.
You called her, that's your sister.
Bro, and I got sisters who are bitches. They call each other bitches. Y'all gonna stop with
Shaka
They call each other bitches. You gonna tell me I can't get out of here? No.
Women do that all the time.
Women do it all day long. Oh, that bitch this bitch is. Oh, I can't. But y'all identify each other as bitches?
Yeah.
And don't think y'all they don't call us niggas. Oh, that nigga this, that nigga, that nigga. When you ready, you ready. It's like Hispanic people, Latin people. They love to pretend we like this. The moment they got a beef with a black person, that nigga, get that nigga, that nigga, that nigga. And they don't mean nigga in the hood sense. Okay? Everybody be fronting for each other. I'm not fronting for anybody. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck it is. And this is what it is. Period. I fuck with truthful, honest, truthful people fuck with me. Period. They love me. It's people who are underdeveloped in their perspective. I'm gonna cause you cognitive dissonance. Why? Because I'm gonna disrupt your sense of reality, your comfort zone. That's what I'm known for. That's my whole shit is built on that. Why? Because that's the way truth works. You think truth don't work like that? Let a 8-point something. Well, not I don't even speak that shit. Let a 5-point something earthquake come up in this motherfucker and see if your day is not interrupted and disrupted.
They had one in New York.
I know, I felt it when it happened.
Oh, you did?
Because I was up studying.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, that was an earthquake. I just went back to sleep. Now I fell asleep right afterwards. Right? So all I'm saying is this. Nothing that I have said mitigates one fact. And that fact is the number one problem in the black community is the black female. Period. The black woman. Period. You don't have to like it. And it doesn't mean I don't love her. I love the shit out of her. I think as black men, fuck it, we got to give our lives for them. We got to give our lives for them. Because they're that important and they matter that much. Mm-hmm. But I ain't going to give my life for you and not be able to tell you the truth about you. What are you talking about? Are you stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I want to say this. Thank you, Ace Millette. I think it's suspect of another man to look at another man's shirt that what he's wearing and look at him as a female or something. It's something inside of you that make you look at a man that way. I don't look at him that way. I see Shakka trying to identify with the culture of the gods. And that's how the gods were. They cut. Why are you looking at a man's chest? Nigga, you are suspect as hell to even look at a man attractive like that. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm looking at the woman. But I know you niggas got to have some sugar in your tank when you do that. Y'all Negroes got to stop that, bro. You look bad to me. Not only to me, but to real men. Real men don't, I wouldn't give a damn if he had if a nigga had on a thong, nigga. I'm not looking at that. And I'm not going to even address it. I'm not going to, oh, brother, look, did you see what? That's what you suckers would do. Y'all would do stuff like that, man. Something wrong with you. You got sugar in your tank and you need to come out the closet. Because I don't give a damn what a man will. I'm not looking at him like that. That's how you suckers look at him, you undercover chumps. Y'all crazy as hell.
Get out of here. No, yes, we are obligated to give our lives to you. And guess what? We are also, in that obligation comes along with telling your ass the truth about yourself. You are the problem with the black community. There is no other problem.
So how do you fix her?
We can't fix her.
Oh, man, we can't fix
She's
her.
unfixable.
Yeah.
You gonna fix hypergamy? How do you fix hypergamy?
That's from birth.
I'm asking you, brother.
How do you fix an evolutionary mismatch?
Damn, let me bring that back. Shakka say you can't fix her. Now, I disagree with him on that part. It's a lot that I disagree, but I let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's the guest. I let him do his thing, and he's doing it.
8-point something. Well, not I don't even speak that shit. Let a 5-point something earthquake come up in this motherfucker and see if your day is not interrupted and disrupted.
They had one in New York.
I know, I felt it when it happened.
Oh, you did?
Because I was up studying.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, that was an earthquake. I just went back to sleep. Now I fell asleep right afterwards. Right? So all I'm saying is this. Nothing that I have said mitigates one fact. And that fact is the number one problem in the black community is the black female. Period. The black woman. Period. You don't have to like it. And it doesn't mean I don't love her. I love the shit out of her. I think as black men, Fuck it, we got to give our lives for them. We got to give our lives for them because they're that important and they matter that much. But I ain't gonna give my life for you and not be able to tell you the truth about you. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? Get out of here. No, yes, we are obligated to give our lives to you. And guess what? We are also, in that obligation comes along with telling your ass the truth about yourself. You are the problem with the black community. There is no other problem.
So how do you fix her?
We can't fix her.
Oh, man, we can't fix
She's
her.
unfixable.
Yeah.
You gonna fix hypergamy? How do you fix hypergamy?
That's from birth.
I'm asking you, brother.
How do you fix an evolutionary mismatch perspective? How do you fix something? I'm asking you. How do you fix something that evolved over millions of
If
years?
I had the answers, I'll be trying to fix it right now. But,
The black woman is unfixable.
damn,
But here's the thing, though. Watch this.
that's hard, bro.
Hold on, though. Watch this.
So-
That's where the best love songs. That's why we make the best love songs. Because loving somebody that's unfixable is the hardest thing in the world to do. They've had to do it with us for how long? Why do you think we make the dopest love songs? Them love songs that come out of Europe, don't nobody give a fuck about that.
Right.
When was the last time you was bumping Chinese love songs? Or Russian love songs? You? No. The whole world is bumping our love songs. Why? Because we are the most unfixable. And we have to love each other unfixed. Broken.
Damn.
Now, bitch, if you ain't prepared to love an unfixed black man, get the fuck on. Go away because you're no good. You're not qualified for this. You have to love us broken. The same way we gotta love you. Broken. Period. And guess what? You're gonna die broken. Like we are. We are broken. We are fucked up. And it will always be that way. Always. Now, once you let that settle, then we can get to loving each other. Right? You can get to understand. Think about it. You at war with yourself. You at war with yourself. You at war with yourself. We are all at war. What they say in ancient Kemet, aha too. Fight yourself. Why? Because you got a war raging in you. You're good and you're evil. Which means you're already broken.
Hold on, man. You going in now.
You're good and you're evil.
You're good and you're evil.
Yes, you're broken.
Uh-oh, go ahead. Those are my words.
Right?
I like that.
You're good and I like to say you're good, you're good, bad, and ugly. But I'll leave it simple. You're good and you're evil.
There you go.
Right? It literally tips the universe. And all of it, everybody has their own personal universe. And in your own personal universe, that is the war that is raging. Some people lose, some people win. I always wish everybody wins. I wish you to win. That's when people don't realize that I'm thinking that in my mind when I'm walking down the street and I look at people and you pass me. You can, especially if you're a black man. First thing that come in my mind is, they never hear me say this out loud, but in my mind I say, win, King, win. I want to see you win, just win. That's all. I don't think about nothing else. I literally don't. When I see a black man walking down the street, especially no matter where I am, the first thought in my mind, I trained myself to think this way, win. I don't want to have nothing else to say to you, just win. Because I know that everything else on this planet, including a black woman, wants to see you lose.
Damn.
The Christian black woman wants to see you lose. Period.
Hard teaching.
It is what it is.
It's facts. It's hard, though.
These Christian black women worship these pastors. Jamal Bryant, he's worshipped. What's the singer's name? The Christian singer was really big, had all the controversy throughout the years. Kurt Franklin. All these people. Anybody screaming, any males screaming Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And you can always tell a black man who's been raised by a Christian black woman, especially the young ones, the emotional ones today. I saw this one dude shitting on Toni Braxton because of what she said about the Bible being written by the white man. He acted like he was ready to jump through the screen and fuck Toni Braxton up because she said something disrespectful about Jesus. Like, don't be disrespecting Jesus. And I'm like, wow, you are literally.
What you say? Oh, I thought he said.
You got a phone? You should type up Toni Braxton says the Bible was written by racist white men. Type that up.
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone, girlfriend. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by racist white
Girl,
men.
goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
Yeah, but you got to see how many videos there are. That's the part that's going. If you see how many videos there are about that right now, it's insane. There's more videos about that than there are about Palestine right now. And you know what? The majority of it, 90% of it is black women. Dear black woman, Christian black woman. This is your brother, your son, your father, your lover, whatever you want to call Shakka Ahmose, your savior, your teacher. Please, Stop going on social media and repeating the following lie. We still going?
Yeah, we still going.
Okay. Please stop going on social media and repeating the following lie. I'm gonna do my Umar Johnson. Please stop going on social media and repeating the following lie. Please stop going. You know, he likes to repeat. But really, please stop going. This is for you Christian black women, you black Bible Belt brain believers who suffer from what I call Bible stupidity. Oh no, it's Bible stupefaction. Okay? You black Bible Belt brain believers who suffer from Bible stupefaction. Please stop repeating the following lie. Stop saying that the oldest Bible is in Ethiopia. Stop saying that stupid, because all you do is show people that you skipped history class and decided to go watch Atlanta Housewives. Okay? Stop doing that. Who told you that? Vince Bantu? Eric Mason? Jerome Gay Jr.? All of these apologists? The new conscious Christians community? Who told you that? That's the oldest Bible in the world. You're a bunch of social media scholars. In no real textbook, in no academic textbook, at any university where you find a text saying that the oldest Bible in the world is in Ethiopia. Stop saying that stupid to try to blacken up your Christianity. Stop that. How can the Ethiopian Bible... Now here's the thing. The reason why they say that is because they're confusing the Garima Gospels, the Ethiopian Bible. They're confusing the Garima Gospels, which is the oldest illustrated, illuminated Bible in the world, which is in Ethiopia. It is the oldest illustrated Bible in. It's the oldest Bible in the world with pictures. That's it. It's not the oldest Bible in the world. But what I don't understand is how can 1 million of you dumb be on social media repeating the same like chickens cackling in a hen house? It's disgusting. I'm doing the whole presentation. I even took screenshots because I want you to see how insane this is. Black women, Christian black women are like a hive. One person believes something stupid and passes it on, they become one voice. It literally is a cult, like the body of Christ. It's a cult.
But see,
they speak with a cult voice.
This is where I have come. You keep blaming black women.
Christian black women.
When they getting it from black men.
They're not getting it from black men. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Why did the black men get it? Because how can they be getting it from black men if there are no fathers around?
They listening to them preach it, teach it.
Well, hold on.
They're going to their classes.
Who put it in that teacher? Because his daddy wasn't around.
All right, see, here's...
Who put it in that preacher?
Let me tell you. It could have
his mama.
It could have been another man.
No, it's his mama. It was Medea.
When you see Tazoriak and them outside teaching, that's a man teaching. Hold on, let me finish.
I get that, but that's different.
Okay,
that's different.
All right.
It's different. Okay. The only reason they even became a Tazoriak was because of their introduction to the Bible. They was not introduced to a Torah. They was introduced to the Bible. King James Version of the Bible, which is still their favorite baby. Okay? They were introduced to the Bible. That's how they discovered Hebrewism and Torahism and those other. Other than that, they wouldn't have known what the hell they was talking about. So let me try to wrap it up with this. Don't stop.
Close it up.
Okay. All right. I'm not saying what I'm saying to be mean-spirited. Right? The same way these black Christian women are not saying what they're saying to be mean-spirited. Let me tell you what I mean. When you get into a discourse with them, they want to contaminate you with fear. Well, what's the fear? The psychology. Fear is a psychological thing. It's not a spiritual thing. And this is what makes them untrue. What do they threaten you with? If you don't believe, you're gonna burn in hell. Oh, well, one day you'll know when you die and go, and when you die and meet God, and on the way down to get burning and all this other. So basically, you're trying to scare me with eternal third-degree burns to believe what the fuck you saying, or to believe what this cracker put in your lap, right? Something's psychologically wrong with you. So the fear that you've been contaminated with, you now want to contaminate everybody else with, because you don't have the requisite knowledge to be able to explain all of this stuff away. No, she's a problem in the black community. And in my opinion, I think she needs to be dealt with, you know, from a place of love. But I can't love somebody who got the demon in them so strong, because these black women are demon laden. That Christian thing is demonic. I don't even use that kind of language, but you gotta use it, because that's how they process information through their labeling. Okay, so he want me to close it up and wrap it up.
Yeah, we can continue tomorrow.
Right. Check me out. My name is Shakka Ahmose, SHAKKA. AHMOSE. It's going to be in the description. He better have all my shit in the description.
You saying
my link is going to be in the description. No, my link is going to be in the description. My Cash App is going to be in the description, and my YouTube channel link is going to be in the description.
Now that's going to cost you though.
No problem. Now, all of those, if those things are not in the description, you are looking at an illegitimate video. Do not donate any money to sa.neter if he does that. Okay? Now, in fact, he loves me and respects me so much, he's going to go back through all of my videos with him, and he's going to put all of those in all of those videos, because he got that much respect for me. He ain't going to do me like a white people been doing us all these years.
Right.
Right?
With that,
there.
Uncle Johnson
there. Hotep, I love you. The black woman is the most beautiful thing in this solar system, and that's just the truth. But I love you too much to not tell you the truth. So that's what it is.